Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And it is 8:30, and we're live, and we are actually doing a preview show, and it's going to be Liverpool versus Manchester United. Welcome, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. And we never have an agenda apart from when we play Liverpool, to be fair. Two of the most successful clubs in British history. 131 trophies between both clubs. So, guys, as always, welcome to the show. And as always, we're joined by Mr. B, OMONDI.
Let's go, Man United.
And fighting in the other corner. Welcome back, Stoney, to the channel. It's
Good
such
evening,
a shame
everyone.
to have you back on, but we'll have to have you back on. But we'll take you.
It's so good.
And welcome, Lee, making your debut onto the show, sir. How are you doing?
Good evening, very well, thank you.
So, guys, how are we all feeling? Let's kickstart with the Liverpool guys. How are you feeling regarding the game before we go too much? Just give us like a rough little summary how you guys are feeling at the moment.
Are we talking about in general? Are we talking about in general about Liverpool or just prior to the game?
Just a little 30-second thing about how you guys are feeling, like how your day going. I don't really care about Liverpool at the moment. Just tell me how your day going.
My day is going as well as Liverpool's season. It's sunny, it's bright, and it's prosperous. So everything is beautiful.
Lee?
My day's good. My t-shirt dried just in time after washing it earlier today. And good day out with the kids, enjoying the sun. And yeah, looking forward to tonight.
Oh, brilliant. Also, guys, my tag team partners in the top there. How are we feeling, Mr. B? How's your day, sir?
My day's fine, Solo. I've had to come on the show
Don't be like
and
that,
talk
Mr.
to.
B.
No, look, I'm not going to pretend in it. You know, I didn't want to do this show. The fact that you got my brother and one of your mates on there just makes it even bloody worse.
Oh, Mr. Positivity on Monday. Come on, let's have some positive energy now.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. It's nice to meet Lee. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, big game. We always get excited on fight week, and it's come on a Tuesday, and we're ready to go. We're as ready as we ever be. I think I can't wait to see it. It could be full of surprises. We're both fighting different battles here. They're fighting for the title, and we are fighting for top. So yeah, let's see what goes down tonight and tomorrow.
Okay, so guys, if you haven't heard the news about Cristiano Ronaldo, our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. Sad news reports today coming out regarding his newborn. So from the United Agenda, sending our condolences to Ronaldo and his family. Guys, so we are going to go and we are going to kickstart the show. We'd like to say welcome to everyone in the chat. There's a few of our people, and I noticed 007 is in the building already. Can't take that boy anywhere. Liverpool fans, but don't worry, guys. You have got your back up in the chat as well tonight. There's a few of them, our number one supporters. And guys, if you are new to the channel, 13 in the chat already. 13, hit that like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. So let's kickstart the show, guys, and let's go. Let's start talking about the first topic here. How to stop Liverpool? So I'm going to go to my team first and ask the question: how can we stop Liverpool? And let's go to Amanda. Amanda, how can we stop Liverpool?
All right. So the question: how are we going to stop this Liverpool team? That's a good one. I've been researching for the last 24 hours, stayed up all night looking for cracks in there. Brilliantly done it. Let's be fair, they're a brilliant team, absolutely brilliant team. I give credit where it's due. I can't make any jokes about Liverpool anymore. They are the elite of the elite at the moment. Proper team. They're very fluent. They've been working on their system for a long time now, and they brought in replacements now. They're a bigger squad, so they're even harder to break down. The example I've used now, I've looked at Chelsea. They drew 1-1 at Anfield earlier in the season. They had 10 men, 45 minutes as well. What they did really well, they played like a system which was a three at the back, three strong centre backs, 4 in midfield, so 2 centre midfielders and the wing backs, kind of 2 number 10s, which was in that game Mount and Havertz, and these guys are very crucial in the system. And they played one guy up front, which was Lukaku in the league game. With Mount and Havertz, what they did, they dropped back to prevent the overload with Liverpool. They like to have the wide men. You see a lot of assists from their wide men. That wide men I'm talking about is the fullbacks. So they drop these guys back to overload, and they kept a really compact shape. So wherever Liverpool playing, whatever area Liverpool playing, there was numbers there just to contain them. And if they could switch the ball over to the other side, which was difficult because they couldn't get the ball out of their feet and do that quite often, then Liverpool might have had an advantage. But they've done this. A 1-1 was a great result with 10 men. And then in the League Cup final as well, extra time, 0-0. Same formation again by Thomas Tuchel for 3-4-2-1. This time it was Havertz up front. They had Pulovic, whatever his name is, and Mount as the 2 number 10s. And they were dropping in again and helping out the fullbacks and doubling up on Liverpool when they tried to get one-on-ones and that kind of thing. What Liverpool like to do is get the ball out to Salah and to Mane quite quickly, and then make one-on-ones, that kind of thing, against our fullbacks on Tuesday. And that's how they get a lot of success. It's really difficult. I think if you can stifle them, it's hard for Liverpool to play through teams. This is why they always had this industrial midfield, but now they've got Thiago, and that makes it even more difficult because he can play these beautiful passes in between the lines, that kind of thing. So it's really a really tough dilemma for me to work this one out. But I think we have to use the Chelsea model. Obviously, we don't play that 4. We play 4 at the back. So that means we have to go back to Mourinho, where our wingers have to come back in and really work hard and double up. Even so, we sit back, don't play ahead of the ball, sit back a little bit, and then where we can get success, for example, is from set pieces. You might laugh at me because we only scored a couple this year, but we did score one the other day. Set pieces has to be an option, and also the spacing behind. Liverpool play a high line. Their fullbacks are always pushing on, and as we know, there's always spacing behind, and everyone knows this, but no one's able to utilize it. I remember Marcus Rashford a few years ago terrorized Trent, cut him in half, left him on his backside, and scored a beautiful goal with a win. But that was from containing. We had to soak up a lot of pressure in that game. So it's all about going to be about breaks. I would like to see a Langa or Rashford or even Sancho, fast guys, to hit us on the break, get in behind them, hopefully, and look for that. That's the only opportunity I can see us getting a goal. But otherwise, yeah, use the Chelsea model. Really contain them as much as you can. That's the only thing you can really do.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm glad you've spoken. Can I just say something real quick? First things first, we don't play with 3 at the back. We don't have 3 quality central defenders. Our squad is nowhere near as good as Chelsea's. Just to get that out of the way, first, just to try to get my negativity out of the way.
Get your negativity out of the way first.
Okay. The only positives. The only way that I can see us scoring, no jokes aside, I was going to bust a joke about salmonella or something, but you know what? let's just try and keep it football. When Liverpool lost to Inter Milan 1-0, the ball was won in their third on the left-hand side. Pastor Martinez, he hit the ball from the box. So that way, pressure, maybe. When they played Benfica, the second goal was a ball played from the right, over the top, in between VVD and the other centre back. That was more of a surprise ball, but it was obviously a ball that Benfica had been working on. The third goal, the Nunes goal, was a long ball again from the right, but it sort of went more over towards the left in Trent's position, the position where Trent vacated. They had 2 players on that side. Again, so the only way I can see us having any joy, as much as it hurts me to say, is maybe look for an early Wimbledon type ball over the top and pray that Ronaldo has the run on Virgil. That is it. That's my positivity over. Oh,
brilliant. On Monday, 007 is coming for you already. There's certain comments saying about stop talking about the Liverpool and how you. So Amanda, you know what? Let's go through some of these comments quickly, and then we're going to get onto the Liverpool guys on how basically they think we can stop them. So we're going to ask them the question as well.
So quickly, I'll say hi to everyone. It's a big week for us, Man United Agenda. We're taking on the mighty Liverpool. I want to say hi to Matthew Bassett. He's in the house. Rebel saying, I have to say I'm concerned with this one. Even with Salah out of form, I can't help but feel we're going to get reddened. Dangerous wing backs are saying crap midfield, and I can't be dealing with quad pool. I don't say that. We don't want to mention the quad. Evening from Ole. He's in the house. I want to say hi to Mr. Beckles. Mr. Beckles is a nemesis of mine. He's giving me headache all day, but I love him. He's a top bloke from the Facebook group as well. So he's a Liverpool fan. Big up to Mr. Beckles. Ten Hag is a done deal now for changing the infrastructure of the club, says Matthew. Beckles loves me so much, he's saying, hush it, OMONDI. And here we go. Now, this is the nice side of Beckles. He's saying, condolences to Ronaldo and his family for the sad news today. Do your research to blood clot. Stop lying, family. Patrick, one of our own, is saying, we won't, unfortunately. They have a class squad. Saturday's performance, we're referring back to that. Stop chatting about Chelsea. How are you going to stop us? As Mr. B highlighted as well. Ole saying, OMONDI, sorry to break this to you, but United don't have the players of Chelsea's quality. You got Chelsea cast-off players. And Patrick saying, deal with them, OMONDI. He liked my speech. And I'll pay you
Can we
later.
go back and
Matthew
do
Bassett.
Pat Lawless? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Pat Lawless is in the house. He said, big up to the United Agenda Familand. Rashford couldn't cut a cake this season. Never mind Trent. And finally, only thing that Chelsea were inferior to is up top. Lukaku has been chronic for them all. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Over to you guys. I'm taking notes on how
I'm taking notes. But before we take notes on the guys, I would like to say big up, Brush. Welcome, sir. Amy's in the building as well. Good evening. Good evening. Amy's in the building. We're going to go through some of the comments. We got, who's this?
Delano Francis is in the house. He's saying this club
big...
problems run deep. Glazers need to get to work.
Yep. And then
Albert,
hey, Albert, yes.
Celebrate.
And Albert saying, Lee is my daddy.
Yes,
hello,
I am. Apparently so.
And then we got one man we have to praise all the way from Costa Rica.
Puerto Rico.
I keep saying Costa Rica. Why do I keep saying Costa Rica?
It's Alexandro. He's in the house. Said my condolences to the family. But now United must step up this week, show support for Ronaldo so he can be with his loved ones. And Pat Lawler said, I'm optimistic overload at the moment. We will beat Liverpool, and Ten Hag is going to turn Martial and Rashford into 25 goal strikers every next season. All right, the jokes are over. Let's get to this one now.
So let's get to the serious question, and let's kickstart first. Let's go to Stoney. Stoney, how can Manchester United stop Liverpool?
Honestly, I think it's going to be quite interesting. And, in all seriousness, Monday was obviously speaking about the formation that Chelsea played against Liverpool when it was a 1-1. Bearing in mind, right, Ollie's first game against Liverpool, I think you guys played a 3-5-1-2, right? The three. You almost played 3-4-1-2, and I remember I think it was it Pereira played in the ambush, and Martial and Rashford played up front, and you guys were almost doing a split where your runs were in between our centre backs and our full backs, and I think that was probably the only game that you guys played really, really, really well against Liverpool, right? So check this out. I think this is probably going to be under Klopp. This is probably going to be the 13th time that we've actually played against you guys. So I'm confident that our players and our staff are going to be fully aware how to play against you guys. The history and importance of this fixture is incredible. Both teams fighting to be in the Champions League for next season and more. But I think it's also important for Man United to realise that any points that you guys get fighting for fourth are not going to be gained playing against us. I'm just putting it out there, just plain and simple. It is not going to be against us. I think my main thing probably from somebody supporting Man United or probably from you guys' side of it is, Amanda, you mentioned about set pieces, the possibility of set pieces against us and probably the lack of. Your main player or person who's going to score goals is Ronaldo. He's got 21 goals for you this season. But then after that, check this. After that, Bruno's got 9 goals. And the next player after that is Mason Greenwood with 6. So for me, the main concern Manchester United, I believe, going into this fixture is going to have is actually scoring goals. Remove everything away. Remove the 5-0 victory that we had earlier in the season in October. Remove current form. No, honestly, remove current form, how Liverpool are playing and Man United are playing. I think Man United's main concern will be getting in positions to actually score goals. I think what was quite interesting, and regardless of whether the team, when you guys played against Norwich, Ranić's been playing the 4-2-2-2? But against Norwich, what was quite interesting, you guys played the 4-3-3. You played the 4-3-3 with Pogba being the deep lying midfielder.
Saturday we played 4-1-4-1 Saturday.
4-1-4. I'm sure it was 4-3-3, you know, because you played Pogba, deep line midfielder. No problem.
Bruv,
that's fine.
Trust me. I watched the whole fucking game. I never had a
All
choice.
Right. Okay, cool. So Pogba played the most deep line midfielder, and then you had Jesse one side, Bruno one side. Obviously, you had Ronaldo up front, Elanga one side, and was it Sancho that played on the left forward side? Yeah. So I think for me, regardless of what formation and regardless of what system you guys play, you're coming out with an L. And I'm just being completely sincere. I hope for the sake of a Monday, because I've listened to you guys' show so many times, absolutely love it. Got so much respect for you guys, regardless of me supporting Liverpool and the tribalism. You guys got sincere knowledge. I love tuning into the show. For this particular game, I want Matic to play. Just for the simple purpose of OMONDI speaks so highly of Matic and his quality, his experience. Please, I want Matic to play this game against Liverpool. And then I'm going to be more than happy to come on the pod show afterwards so we can discuss Matic's ability. So I don't see Man United get anything from this game. So that's me. That's why I'm going to end it there.
I'll join you if Matic plays, definitely. 100%.
Go on, Lee. You take over. It's all you now.
Oh, to be honest, I was just going to say, like, you know, looking through the first game this season, and you look at the side that Liverpool had out that day, and it was like a cheese grater cutting through cheese, but it was just easy, wasn't it, that day? I mean, they barely put up a sweat. They had probably their second string midfield playing. Sane was on the bench. I just don't see where Man U are going to cause them any issues, you know, especially if the goal machine's not playing, you know, after what's been announced tonight with his unborn baby, you know, which is awful. I just don't see where they're going to get any goals, you know. Van Dijk, Canute, it depends who he plays at the back. You know, they're all as strong as each other next to Van Dijk. They all look $1 million. We've got one of the best sweeper keepers in the league. And just going forwards, we've just got options in abundance. It's scary times, I think, for the other sides in the league, not just in the Premier League, you know, in Europe as well. Everyone's saying, don't talk about the quadruple, don't talk about it. But, you know, if there was a team that would do it, I think you've probably got that team in Liverpool this year. You know, they've just got strength and ability throughout the side. And for the first time, probably in many, many years, a good bit of depth, you know. Yeah. So they have the luxury to leave out Sane, Mane, Salah. You know, Luis starts on the bench sometimes. Firmino struggling to get in at the minute. And then you've obviously got legend Origi comes in when he's needed and pops in a goal every now and then. But yeah, I'd love him to play Matic tomorrow night because he you know, the boy will get run ragged. You know, I find it funny that he decided that he was leaving Man United this season. I'm sure they were showing him before, you know. But obviously, when it's Matic, he can't get out the door quick enough because he's not that quick these days. So, you know, I can't see anything else but Liverpool turning them over, probably by a few to nil, really, I would say.
Oh wow, we're gonna go into that anyway. So wow, on Monday, will you mind go on Monday? Counter thing, if guys gone.
Yeah,
Why don't
just a
you
couple of things.
dropping
Sorry, go on.
us in the shit? Come on, you defend us. Come on, sitting out
Okay,
here giving us questions. Go on, Monday.
Just-
I want
just-
Solo to do it.
Just a couple of things I want to mention there. Yeah, these guys they're very swelled up. Their heads are swelled up so much that I think Stoney's had to set up his camera from across the street just to get his head in frame. And the same with Mr. Ward.
My head's big anyway. I've got a ward head naturally this size. I'm sitting at the other side of the lounge. It just looks like I'm close up.
They've run out of Zoom. It's that bad. So luckily it's not raining and Stoney's camera's not getting wet. Right. And as I just want to go through some of the comments because there's a lot of discussion here. I'm not going to answer the Matic thing. Matic is a great player. I'm going to let the comments answer that and some other things, pointers that you really, really good points that you guys have made as Liverpool fans as well. So Pat Lawless is saying, I'm optimistic at the moment. Oh, we've said that. Sorry. We're coming down here. Eddie's in the house. If you don't know Eddie's from Football Waffle. Go and check out his channel. Brush is in the house as well. He said, before we get to Liverpool, how do we stop Maguire? That was very funny. Maguire's going out injuring our players this year. It's really bad. Pat Lord is saying, I'm giving Ten Hag 4 to 5 had transfer windows, okay, to get the change of squad, Deadwood. I think this is from Eddie. I think Ralph has to take a page out of Ollie, Jose's, Conte's book and partner bus and then counter. That's, a good point. Really good point there. This is a starting lineup for Liverpool. Alisson looks normal. Konate is playing. The left back is the Greek guy. Henderson, Milner, and Jones in midfield. This is a B team. Okay, and it's really confident here. Just finally, Eddie saying Liverpool must not win this quad. Okay, this means the 4 trophies. I would take a Simeone's type performance from the United lads. Scumbag their way to a result. You see, I want to say hi to Delano. My worry is that the heads players will drop if things go bad at Anfield, and trust they will. Leaders will lead. We have Harry, so no one's really supporting Harry. I want to say hi to Patsy Miller. Sorry about that. Hi, how you doing, Patsy? Nice
Welcome.
to join us. Also, QNTV's in the house as well.
Big up. Nice to see you.
Just Patsy and Q. Who do you support and who do you reckon is going to win? Brush is saying I'll be shocked if he's
Liverpool.
They're Liverpool. Oh, dear.
Okay, for the meantime, go on.
Just because I haven't seen their names before, I know they've come on to give solos.
to give hell.
It doesn't see Ralph changing much at the moment. 2 more comments here. Rebel saying, same Matt. Okay, this is all about the Glazers. I want to see some comments about the game. Ole saying it's going to be 8-0. Here we go. If only Brush is saying if only Matic is 6-7 years younger. And there's so many comments. We're going to come to them later. But yeah,
there's this one as well.
A 7-3-0 formation versus Liverpool tomorrow from Calio, the HD game we've seen before. Thanks for coming back to the show. Big up.
So guys, at the moment there's 17 in the live chat, but we've only got 21 likes. What's going on? It doesn't cost anything, guys. Hit the like, smash that like. If you're new to the channel, just hit the subscribe button as well. So, guys, we're now going to talk about Man United. What areas?
Say it.
What areas? Oh God! Let's start with Lee. What area?
Go on.
Oh God! What area do you think United would influence against Liverpool tomorrow?
I just got a text off Ralph Ranić. He said he's playing 10 at the back tomorrow. And if he can get away with it, 3 goalkeepers.
Oh, God.
We normally have 2 on the bench.
Yeah, that's true. And funny enough, my dad just sent me a text. I said to him earlier, what do you think, Dad? Score tomorrow night? He's a Man U fan. And I'm just wondering whether he's had a couple of beers tonight. He said 2-2, but I don't know. I don't really see how United can. I honestly, genuinely don't. Even with, is that the team that Liverpool are due to play tomorrow night that's gone across the screen? Is that the team they're going to actually play? Because if it is, even with that side, the midfield's a bit weaker, if you like, and it is a B team realistically. The second choice left backs come in, but still a decent front 3. strength down the core, which is what they've had for many a week now playing in the Premier League. But I just don't see United. I just don't see how they're going to affect Liverpool not playing how they want to play, or the fluency in how they play, the tempo on the counter. They're just electric. Whoever plays, there's pace and abundance. So I genuinely just hope Matic plays. He's just going to get rinsed from minute one, and it don't matter if it's Curtis Jones or Keita, whoever, Hendo. James Milner will give him a good run for his money, and he's about 48 these days. So, I genuinely can't see how they're going to influence the game. Let alone put Liverpool off their stride. That's how I feel about it. But
yeah,
there we are.
Stoney.
I can only extend on what Lee was saying as well. I think for me, I would just like to see Liverpool set up the same way that we played against City over the weekend. We just come out, play at the same intensity. I believe that it's probably going to be the same lineup, bar Ibrahim. I think Matic's probably going to play instead of Ibrahim. But I want us same intensity, blow you guys out the way nice and early, and and then it's just eating biscuits straight after that. I think the thing is, I think the main concern for Man United, in all honesty, I think the main thing for Man United is if we get those 2 goals that we will get, you guys' heads are going to drop. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. Your normal midfield is usually Fred and McTominay. McTominay's injured, isn't he?
Yes,
When you hear the central midfield of midfielders that we've got available, whatever score you had in your head, you're going to change.
All right, double it. All right, so we can speak about that later on anyway.
I'm not having that.
Double it.
Yeah. So I think even on that, in terms of as I said, regardless of what formation, regardless of what personnel Manchester United have, you're looking at probably one main leader in your team, and that's obviously Ronaldo. And as you said, the same thing I extend on everything the panel said, everything everybody said in comments. I hope that him and his family are in a good place. Don't like hearing anything like that as well. It will also be interesting to see. Bruno was obviously involved in the incident today. Hopefully he's not injured as well. I don't like seeing that happen to anybody in a car accident. So hopefully that's not going to have an impact on his performance tomorrow either. But I mean, if Ronaldo or Bruno are unable to play tomorrow, that's even another big issue that you guys have to actually face. Because
what are you lot talking about, man? We've got Messi Lingard. We've got Messi Lingard in the building. What are you lot talking about?
But he's not a forward though, Solo.
Listen, don't worry about Messi. Messi play everywhere, mate. He played anywhere in the pitch. And we've got Phil Jones as well.
Okay. So what I'm saying is the only way you guys can stop us is if you come down to Liverpool with a couple builders and they're building a brick wall. That's the only way. That's the only way you're stopping us beating it. Facts.
Anthony Herbert, as you keep an eye on the poll, can you give me the stats, please? Obviously, 52% is saying, so the poll we put out there, get involved, guys, 18 in the chat. Can Man United get something from this game? And at the moment, no is winning by 52%. You guys are letting me down.
One vote and it was
just
yours.
52%.
Oh God! On Monday, go on, Mr. B. What?
Do you mind if I just mention something, Solo? I do apologize. I do apologize for interrupting. Sorry, Mr. B, just jumping after it. The thing which is quite interesting here, right? And we was obviously speaking about playing styles, the way in which Liverpool are playing and Man United are playing at the moment, right? Just look at the bigger picture here, right? Manchester United cannot afford. I don't think it's in his style anyway, but you lot cannot afford to even sit back and attempt to actually try to play what would some people would say Jose Mourinho's tactics. That's, sitting back and probably try to catch us on a counter attack, because you guys are still playing to try and get into the Europe or the Champions League or what have you. What you played 32 games and you're still 3 points behind Tottenham, and Tottenham are in 4th place. So there's no way that you can actually sit back in, with a view of actually playing counter attack. I think you guys are going to have to actually bring the game to us. Not only is it going to be a task playing against us, an additional task coming to Anfield doing that, but you guys need these points. So I think that's going to be quite interesting as well. Sorry, I just had to put that in.
Well on, Mr. B. So what part of the pitch? Be confident now. What areas can you see us sort of getting?
I have no confidence. I'm not going to sit here and act all jolly. Matic is going to play tomorrow. We've got Stoney licking his lips at Matic playing. We've got Lee licking his lips at Matic playing. You've got OMONDI. I just don't know what he sees in Wurzel Gummidge. I don't get it. But it's just, I have no confidence in anything that we're going to be doing tomorrow. And our central midfield, I have an opinion on who might play. They will be players on the pitch, but they won't be players in positions where they're supposed to be defensively. So I have no confidence. I have none at all. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend. Sorry, Solo.
Yeah, go on, OMONDI, before I jump in afterwards.
Yeah, I'm confident. Look, it's a derby. Regardless of anything, there's a few factors here. We lost 5-0. As you know, the Man United agenda went on a road trip in October, the 24th, all the way to Old Trafford to witness a historic game. And it was historic for the wrong reasons. We got battered 5-0, and it was really bad. You know? So it's very personal to us at the Man United agenda. And we're saying, we're calling out all you players out there for Man United. Look what you've done to us. You know, we've been a laughing stock for a long time now. So we want revenge. The second thing is, I think what's really crucial here, we're coming to that stage of the season. So we've heard Stoney was talking about how crucial it is for us to sort of not play in the back foot, you know, really sort of go for it. But we can't go for it. It's impossible for us to go for it against Liverpool side. What we're going to do, let you come, play that high line, and then obviously, as Mr. B was saying, play balls in behind and through that area in between the fullback and the centre back. There'll be a lot of space there where Trent gets forward, and Trent is always known for being exposed in those areas there. So that's ideally what we'll be doing. We do a lot of video data work. They'll be sitting down doing their homework right now and trying to look at plays and everything to get in behind you, which can be done. We've seen it done before. It's just what I really admire about your centre backs is they can go one-on-one with anybody. I've seen some centre backs give up running when they run up with Virgil, and I heard someone say earlier about Ronaldo could get over the top or something. No, not against Virgil. Virgil is unique. He's a great centre back, and all your partnerships are very good at the moment. The other thing I'm thinking here is fatigue, and I know I always talk about burnout. With Liverpool, and I maybe have strengthened his squad a lot since then. But let's look at these factors. In the last few weeks, you played Man City, tense, top table game, really hard going. The strain, the work, the homework you have to do for the game, all the build up to the game. All right. Obviously, it was a draw, really good game. You know, you showed a lot of character to come back in that. Then you had to go and play in Europe, Benfica. Obviously, you did rotate a little bit, but still, it was like a tough game again, 3-3. Then you had to go and play in that big Wembley pitch on a hot ass day the other day. You know what that's like? People get cramped. It takes a long time to recover. That's why they play at Wembley once a year, the FA Cup final or big finals, because it zaps all your strength. And then a couple of days later, you're playing us. So yeah. I'm kind of hopeful you might have burned yourselves out. Go on, Mr. Ward, let's hear it.
Fair play. You said all of that without laughing, and what I will say is you're right about the Wembley pitch. It does take a lot out of you. Look at Man City in the first 45 minutes. They couldn't get near them, could they? You know, Liverpool didn't exactly play electrically well in the first half. They just did what they did, and they cut them apart. You know, so I can't see fatigue coming into it. You know, Klopp knows the drill. He knows what's on the agenda. He knows that they have got an unbelievable chance to make history. Unbelievable. And like I said earlier, if there's ever a team and a squad of players that can do it, that look as fresh as daisies, I think, pretty much every game they're going into. Maybe not the Man City game the other week, but I think they're looking strong. You know, so, yeah. I just hope Man United squad get a good early night tonight and, you know, have their Weetabix in the morning because it's going to be entertaining.
One final point. I've mentioned a few. I'm sort of scraping the barrel now. My final point would be communication. I think where we've gone wrong, if you look at our goals conceded against Norwich, very bad communication in the camp, and we're not as a team. And if a bit of talking and a bit of organisation, we do really well. I'd like to shout out Villarreal. They're a team that are very small, compact, small squad as well, but they work well together based on communication and get really far in the semi-finals of the Champions League. And you play them next, actually, and that'd be a difficult team for you to break down. Let's see. It'd be interesting to see how you break them down, because they play a certain style of football where they've been able to resist Bayern Munich, which is very impressive indeed. So, but I think that what the advantage they have, which is really great about football, the thing I love about football is that you have different tactics going up against each other and how to break teams down, that kind of thing. And hopefully, if we have our communication on point, we've got good players. And and for this one game, if we put it all together and stop the gaps and close things down, keep things compact, and hustle you, then I think we've got a great opportunity of getting a result here. And the result for us would be a draw, which means we'll dent your title ambitions. And that's what we're trying to do. We want to dent your title ambitions so you don't get us quadruple.
I love that, because you know what we're seeing.
Go on, sorry.
We conceded 3 goals against Norwich.
Yeah.
3.
Was it? Oh shit, 2. Sorry.
2.
We conceded 2 goals against Norwich. I don't understand. I don't get where your methodology is coming from. I'm so confused. You're talking about our team like we've been good.
Liverpool.
Yeah, I think in fairness, I can see it. No, I can see it. But what Monday's mentioned so far on the show, he's referenced 2 other teams apart from Man United. So he's referenced how Chelsea played, and he's referenced how Chelsea have played and how Villarreal have played, and how then he would like Manchester United to play like this. You know what? Big up to Monday, because he's clearly showing that he still does not believe in his own team. That's why he's talking about Chelsea and Villarreal. On Monday, I salute you, sir, once again. Thank you.
Maybe Man United, maybe Man U should go after Unai Emery, and bring him in, because he was solid at Arsenal, did a great job there, obviously. And he's had a little bit of luck in Europe. He knows the European leagues. That's where his strength and where his experience is. He's played in the Europa and various other competitions. What is it? A Man U going for is it the conference? Is it the conference?
Don't kill us.
Sorry, just before your next point, Sola, I just want to mention something as well. Interesting point as well, Sola, you were mentioning. I've heard on quite a few shows, not just on the Man United agenda, but other pundits, other shows won't need to name them as well. And they're constantly talking about the high line that Liverpool actually play and the way in which other teams can probably breach that or capitalize on that. I just want to put something out there, okay? Liverpool currently play in the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and we were playing in the Carabao Cup. Okay, 4 different competitions, right? Do you know out of those 4 competitions, it's very, very, very few teams that have breached that supposedly predictable high line. If it's that predictable, bear in mind, if it's that predictable, how come so many other teams haven't capitalized upon that? You know what? There's only one team, to my knowledge, this season that have probably taken advantage of that, and that was the 3-3 against Brentford. Other than that, nothing. So it's not predictable. We may play with a high line, but we've got a system, we've got an understanding, and we've got coaching and acceptable players where it's not predictable. I just wanted to just mention that.
That's fine. I didn't say anything about predictable.
No, not you. It was just on Monday mentioned a really good point earlier.
Points that I could think of. So if you're digging me, no.
I am going to dig you as well.
No. I know what I said. I wrote it down.
Guys, if you're watching, 23 in the chat, hit that like, share, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. For me, going into this game, it is going to be a difficult game. Can I see us getting a result? Something's telling me I think we can get a result, as much as Liverpool fans will sit there and say otherwise. The reason I'm saying it is it's a derby game and anything is possible. I remember when Man United, we played, Liverpool, when we were going for the title. And was it the Torres gave Vidic a nosebleed in that game, and Liverpool was written off completely against us in that game, and Torres gave Vidic that nosebleed. So looking back at history and looking at what the Premier League brings up, Man United are in a position right now where the team's not been playing well. The players are not playing as a unit together. It's almost like they're not there as one. But it's a derby game and everything is different. I watched Celtic versus Rangers the other day. Everyone wrote Rangers off. And what happened? Rangers won. So for me,
Rangers care? Do Rangers care? Just answer me.
It's not. No, it's nothing to do with
Rangers
caring.
It is caring. We've got 11. We've got players in our team.
But I'm
do
confident
not want
in
to
our
fucking
team.
be there.
Yeah.
Why are you confident in our team, bruv? What reason have they? Oh,
it's a derby game. It's a derby game.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Is out the window. Everything else in the Premier League for the rest of the season out the window. It's a derby game.
Do you hand on heart really believe that your players at your club can actually raise the game to be able
in
to
a
get
derby
a
game? Yes, 100%.
You believe that?
In 100%. Anyone can clip me. I'm 100% on that. I'm 100%. When it comes to a derby game is different to definitely playing other teams.
What is giving you that belief? Explain to me, or not.
Okay,
sorry.
So right now, all the other teams are on us. I'm not saying we're going to get Champions League. I think we're miles away from getting Champions League, but we are set up. Arsenal lost on the weekend. Yeah. Spurs lost on the weekend. We're the only team that won. Now the manager is technically named who the new manager of Manchester United. Most of these guys will start stepping up because do they want to be at Man United next season? Yes or no? Is there a future for them at Man United? Yes or no? We don't know that. So these guys now need to play to the level to get Man United into that Champions League. Now, obviously, we know Ronaldo more or less won't play. But if we don't qualify for Champions League, he loses like 5 or 6 million.
Does he need the money?
It doesn't matter if he needs the money or not.
If
money
he's
is
the
money.
only one, if he's the only one playing, and you've got 10 men behind him who don't give. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you finish, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm going to finish off anyway. But I honestly think in a derby game we stand a chance. Until it's mathematically impossible, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to say we can at least get a result from this game. Whether or not it's a draw or I'll take it. It doesn't matter. Right, guys. 19 in the chat. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Amanda, would you mind going through some of these comments? Because there's loads of comments, but we're not going to go through all of them. So we do apologize because we need to move on to the next topic.
Okay, so Mark Foster's in the house. Hi, Mark. How you doing? He says, Stoney, get them told they're in dreamland. So you've got some.
Can I say something quickly about Mark? Big up to Mark. And the reason I say it to Mark, he runs a couple of football groups. And the Man United agenda and the Liverpool Cop Talk are basically the graphic for his pages. So, and he pushes us all the time to try and get more people to come in to subscribe to the channel. So, Mark, big up.
Thank you, Mark. HD Gamer says, rather play with 10 men than start with Maguire in defence. Kunle saying, OMONDI clearly hasn't seen the squad play other than against Norwich. Jordan, hi Jordan, how you doing? Liverpool, Mike Reds.
All the way from Jamaica.
Big up, man. He says, please go and watch over the battering we gave Man United. Bring it on, guys. We will not back down. Matthew Bassett is saying, OMONDI, I admire your optimism, but please, let's face reality. We have clowns for defence, no midfield and no forwards. Delano saying, even Rio says, when watches us, the defence don't talk to each other, no communication. Imagine going to Liverpool trying to talk with that Scouser accent. Kunle says, this is about Liverpool's high line, I imagine. He's saying, we have had 128 offside decisions from playing our high line. The next team is 79. That's amazing, isn't it? Highest amount of offsides in the league. Well done to Liverpool. That's great. So it is well organised, well drilled. You had about 5 years to get, well, how long's Klopp been there? It's been a while now, 7 years maybe? Yeah. Mark Foster saying, Errol, you're dreaming. We're different animals since Torres history. Look what we did to City at the weekend before we sub players off.
Remember though, City did have a reserve team out against you on Saturday. Just remember that.
Oh, don't. Solo, Brick, listen, let me just tell you something, right? On Monday, I do apologize for interrupting.
No, go ahead.
Check this out, Solo, right? Man City and Chelsea have got the biggest squads. They've basically got either 2 to 3 players per position, all right? I don't need to hear from you or anybody else talking about the deficiencies of Man City, because if they were to have played a so-called depleted squad and have beaten us, everybody would have said Man City squad's massive. Let me tell you something. These squad players, like people like Ake, are 42 to 49 million pounds. That is a world of money. I don't need no excuse about hearing no reserve players at Man City. Pep is a manager. He chooses the best players that he thinks is suitable for that game. Don't need to hear from it. That was no reserve side solo. I'm not having that. I apologize.
Well, I'm having it, but we'll move on.
Okay, so a couple more comments here. Rebel saying, has OMONDI talked about Harry Maguire is a defensive leader and tier one communicator?
Oh, no.
Laughing. That's a joke, obviously. I've seen Rocks that have more leadership and communication skills, is Rebel, with his Irish humour. That's funny. Anthony Herbert says, I can understand why Mr. B is like this after the Norwich game, so you get some support. Love there. Vincent is saying, hit the like button if you hate Liverpool and Arsenal. Go on,
hit it, guys. Hit it.
Yeah. And a couple more here. Kunle saying, reserve team costs more than our first 11 solo. Let's talk about the Man City team. As saying,
True.
Welcome to the channel I've not seen.
Mr. Sai 2012 says, I don't get this one. Ibu is our number 3 centre back. Who's he referring to? Is that Konate?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Who is it? Could be. Okay, well, it's there to read and understand for anyone who can make sense of that. Jordan finally saying, you forget about Jack Grealish for 100 million as well. So, yes. I think pound for pound, Liverpool working with the least proven to be one of the best.
Yeah.
Right, guys, we're going to touch on this for about a few minutes, not too long on this one subject. We're going to talk about the last time me, OMONDI, and Mr. B went on a road trip. And unfortunately, the road trip wasn't the best road trip in the whole wide world.
Did you claim your mileage or not? No.
Oh, Jesus.
It's 40p a mile these days, isn't it?
Yeah, guys, we actually went to this game on a nice little road trip. We're so confident, especially when we saw the team line up, when we saw players like at the time Jota. We didn't think much of what Jota could bring to Liverpool, so we were happy. Fabinho was there, Salah was playing up front. We saw James Milner collecting his pension, and Henderson and Keita. We all sat there, we went, oh my God, this is going to be quite nice. We're all excited, looking at the team, thinking, wow. Man United at the time lined up with Ronaldo, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Greenwood, Fred, Scott, Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka and De Gea. And we thought, wow, ouch, Paul Pogba was on the bench as well. So we thought, yes, this is our victory. We're sitting in the car driving up, me, OMONDI, Mr. B. OMONDI was doing his video cam thing, recording the videos with Matt in the back, sitting there doing the recording as well. And then after, 60 minutes, Pogba came on, got sent off, and that was history. So, guys, what's the difference between this team and the last, now looking at the Man United lineup and the Liverpool lineup, which makes such, where do you see like the difference? Is there sort of like at the level? Oh, I'm asking this question and I know the answer already. I don't even know why I'm asking the question. But
Can I go first?
Yes, please.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
I love solo, man.
Like from last time where they met, look at Liverpool's midfield. Honestly, look at Liverpool's midfield and look what happened in the game. Second choice midfield. Henderson didn't play at the weekend. He's struggling to get in now because the others are playing so well. You know, I just think that, you know, if you look at like you said, the sides that were put out that day on paper, that realistically on paper had a really, really good shot for Man United to get 3 points that day. If they'd ran the midfield, dictated it early, and outplayed, you know, two out of the 3 that played for Liverpool that day, the second choice midfielders, you know. And like you said, after 60 minutes, Pogba had his best performance of the season for Man United, came on, got sent off. And, you know, it was just easy. It was just easy. You know, I said I had a great afternoon in the pub that day with my dad, having a few drinks in the sun. And it was a joy to watch. There was a few Manchester United fans behind me as well. You know, they didn't like it. But Liverpool, they were dynamic. Even with a reasonable side out, they were dynamic. You know, I just can't. I think in fairness, I don't know if you guys agree. United have gone, in my opinion, backwards, and Liverpool have just strengthened month on month. You know, they're just getting better and better. It looks like.
But would
Should
that
have
be
kept Solskjaer. Should have kept
Oh,
Solskjaer.
God. But with it as well, though, looking at it, Stoney, would you think that with Klopp, obviously, it's recruitment as well with it, the good recruitment?
I think it's a combination of a lot of stuff: recruitment, coaching, keyword coaching, scouting, and I just think that our club's just got a completely different vision and outlook as compared to Man United. And I say this in a respectful way, right? Remember years ago when Liverpool had a boot room? The end of that boot room was probably when Roy Evans was there, and he was just still continuing to carry that trend. Unfortunately, that didn't happen and it phased out. It's almost as if, remember when Ollie was in charge of Man United and was speaking about all of the positive things that Fergie brought to Man United about, about the history, how players are meant to conduct themselves, those type things that he was trying to implement. The cliff, the same way that the boot room is no longer there at Liverpool, the cliff is no longer there at Manchester United. So I think what you guys are trying to do now, you're almost like 5 years behind like the Liverpool, Chelsea and Man City. And I do really say this, it's going to be really hard to actually catch back up and get to the level that Manchester United fans expect them to get to. The decline has been extremely aggressive. So I think it has to be a slow building process to get back to the level that you guys actually hope. But it's going to take a long time.
Mr. B?
What are you asking me, bruv? I've just told you, man. Bruv, I had my mic on mute so I didn't have to sit here and cuss, so I don't have to pay no more money, and you're asking me another question. Bruv, just get to the score so I can give the score prediction, man. There ain't no point in you talking to me. I'm on
Monday.
I'm serious.
On Monday.
All right, let's look at it. There's a lot changed since that result. We obviously, that was almost the end of Ollie. We lost 4-1 at Watford not long after that, and then Ollie was gone. So we've had Carrick in for 2 games, and then we had Ralph. And Ralph's come in. Everyone thought, well, who is Ralph? We had done our research on Ralph. Ralph, I feel, has secured the side and started to sort of implement changes from within. It's like a caterpillar going into a tree and eating it from the inside and just destroying all the badness, and it's all weeping out. We're starting to see players that are not really worthy to be at the club. They're mentally and spiritually not worthy to be there right now, and he's weaning all these players out. And just like Stoney was saying, we need to rebuild. We need to sort of look at the model of Liverpool, City, that sort of model, and see how we can get there and take steps to get there. So that's what we're doing. We've changed the staffing, changing the infrastructure. We're getting a new stadium built or updated stadium built. So Ralph, whereas I think he would have liked to have got top 4, his main job, because considering he knows different roles within the club, his main job has been to sort of implement the change and start to get all these players out of here. For example, we didn't buy anyone in January. Tottenham did, and they're up there. They've got a little edge, We didn't buy anyone in January because it's all about getting people out. Also, we lost Greenwood as well, who was usually can get us like 15, 20 goals a season. So we're a bit lighter there up front. As Mr. B keeps saying, we've only got Ronaldo up front. We don't have any strikers. Cavani's gone missing. Varane is injury prone. We found that out. He's a dud, really. We've signed a guy who's really, like Bailey, another injury prone player. And we've got to sort all that out. So I think the changes have been, we're not getting whooped like 5-0 anymore. And that's why I don't think we're going to get whooped at Anfield, those sort of goals. We don't really see
until tomorrow.
Well, I'm saying it now, yeah. I haven't seen any evidence for that so far. We've getting 1-0s, 2-0s, draws, that kind of thing. And but we create more chances. If you look at us since then, that dreadful day on the 24th of October, we create more chances. We've had the most amount of chances created up until a few weeks ago, I think it was. So we are creating chances. We are doing something right. But it's just hard to make those changes over 6-7 months. You see what I'm saying? So this is like Stoney was saying, it's a long-term process, and it's going to take us a few years to get
5
there.
years. 5 years.
Fans have to be really patient at the moment, and we just have to get through this season. And hopefully we can do ourselves justice tomorrow by getting a point at least and stopping Liverpool from getting that title. That's the only thing we can really hope for. That would be a win-win for us, and that would be seen as a sign of revenge. So I'm hoping the players get it together and really give it their all in this big derby game, and which is going to be on live on TV. Everyone's going to be tuning in, and hopefully we see.
And there's a watch along as well.
I'll be proving that there will be some development, because the games like this is what it's all about. This is the game that got us sacked like previously. What have we done since then? It's going to be, well, we're not going to get beat 5-0, that's for sure. So that's going to be some sort of advantage to us, where we say, all right, we've developed, we've improved a little bit in this area, we're a bit more compact. That game, the 5-0 game, Ollie was playing all kind of foolishness. All the players were ahead of the play. We were getting attacked on, waves and waves of attack. Players were running into each other. It was a complete mayhem out there. Chaos, absolute chaos. So hopefully this time there's a touch more organisation that's been put into the side, and hopefully we'll see the change, the difference from then, October the 24th, till now, and what's developed since then. Obviously, we can talk about the negativity side of things, but I'm here to talk about the positive side of things. And I think if we get a draw, that would be extremely positive, and everyone in the comments would have to take a bow to OMONDI Juma, take a bow to Solo, and have a go at Mr. B, because he's been very negative today.
Guys, if you're watching for the first time, hit that like and subscribe button. There's 19 in the chat, guys. It doesn't cost anything at all to hit that like button. There is actually a watch along as well tomorrow night with Mr. B and TalkMU, so look out for that as well tomorrow as well, guys. Set your notification bells as well for when we go live. We're on the road to 1.5k subscriber. We're very close to it, but without your help we won't do it. So come on, guys, hit that like, share and subscribe. Now, as always, this is only going to be a few minutes anyway. So, as always, guys, you know what it is. It's that time. Solo team. Okay, let's remove some of these things. Okay, let's start with the Liverpool guys. This lineup, what do you make of it? And leave Harry Maguire. Leave your Harry Maguire out your mouth, please. Oh, it's disappeared. Where's it gone?
It
don't worry, it'll come back up in a minute.
Even the computer doesn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. It will come back up in a minute. It will come up. Yeah, it will come back up. It should come back up because the gentleman who's looking after it jumped off. I don't know where he's gone. He's jumped off. So anyway, I'm going to go through my team anyway. It will come back up in a minute. So let me get my team up. Sorry, apologies. I've got to get it the old-fashioned way. Normally it is up here. So I've gone for De Gea in goal. Lindelof and Maguire at the back. Take Maguire in mouth, everyone. Telles and who did I go for? No, was it Telles and Wan-Bissaka I went for. And I think part of the reason I went for Wan-Bissaka, I think, is keeping up with pace. He's got a bit of pace on him as well. Defensive wise, he goes down too easily, as we all know on this show. But I think he could come in tomorrow and do a job, even though he hasn't played for a while. We've gone for Bruno Fernandes, because obviously we know Bruno Fernandes. So we've gone for Matic and Pogba. So you guys be happy, you're smiling, because we are playing two players that I don't really truly. One say he's leaving, the other one don't know if he really want to be at United. Ilangi, Fernandes and Sancho, and with Marcus up front. So guys, that's my team. On Monday, what would your team lineup be? Because my team's gone.
Yeah, I think it's all about the shape. The lineup, I'm not sure about. I'm not entirely sure. We could wait till the last hour to see who's available. I think it's all about the shape. And as long as the players are drilled into what to do, and sort of when we have got the ball and when we haven't got the ball, that's the most important thing for tomorrow.
Okay, Mr. B.
Yeah, that's the team you're going to put out. That's the team that they're putting out.
We
don't have anybody else. We don't have anybody else to play. We're going to play Dallo, what, to get ripped up by Mane or Diaz? Really?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
That's the only option we've got. You know, that's the option we've got. We look at matches. I mean, I hope we go full counter attack tomorrow. Just sit back and just hope that we do. I don't see. I'm not confident of how Matic, Pogba, and Bruno, I'm sure they've played in the same midfield this season already, are going to cope. Maybe not even cope, because Manchester United have to create chances. So the players who are tasked with being the most disciplined are the two most indisciplined in our team. Pogba and Bruno have no positional sense. They just go and run. And this is the problem that I have. Matic, okay, I understand Stoney and Lee, you are distressed Matic, but Matic does know his position. He might not be able to get there quick enough, but he does know how to play the position. It's the two beside him that are going to be the issue in the game.
Matic will always hold. You know, he can't maneuver himself around. He's the crab, and he does the 5 yards either side. But yeah, it's like you say, the other two, if they do play, they've got the license to, in their own heads, be wherever they want to be on the pitch. And are they going to track back 50, 60 yards when Liverpool counter at the pace that they do? Pogba runs in rewind half the time. You know, I just can't see it. Matic will be there, and he'll be the block in front of the dreaded Maguire. But the others, he's just not going to get the support that he needs really in that midfield area. If that's how they go, you know. Yeah, I just don't see how they can manage it. I just don't see how they can do it.
Cool. So let's go to your guys' prediction lineup for tomorrow then.
Who's that for Manchester United?
No, for Liverpool.
Liverpool.
For Lee, do you want to go first? I've already got my team already.
You go with your team, and I'll tell you if I'm any different to you. I've got a feeling we'll be similar.
Oh, might be a little bit different. Listen, on Man United's current form, I reckon this is the team that we should actually play against Manchester United. All right,
he's going to rest everyone, isn't he?
Listen to this, all right? In goal, we should play Harvey Davies. In defence, we should play Tom Clayton. We should play Owen Beck, Sean Wilson, and Luke Chambers at the back. In midfield, we should play Leighton Clarkson, Tyler Morton, and Thomas Hill.
Oh.
So that's a 3. And up front, we should play Max Walton, Harvey Blair, and I think we should give Owen Roberts a little run out as well. That's our academy team. All right. That's my starting lineup against you boys tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Do you know, funny enough, I went exactly the same. Actually, I'll tell a lie. I went with the under-13s. So I think that, you know, in terms of the under-13s, they're a great crop of lads. Maybe in the physical side they might lack, but ability, you know, box to box, they'll run him into the ground. So I'd go for the under-13s.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Guys, if you're watching, 20 in the chat, hit that like. We've only got 32 likes with 20 people watching at the moment, guys. So hit it. Guys, we are going to go to do our score prediction. So while Amanda is going through some of the comments, guys, would you mind just giving us some score prediction? And if Anthony Herbert's still watching, give us the vote, please, sir, and let us know what the voting's on the channel is all about. So Amanda, would you mind taking some comments and then we're going to get the guys to think about what scoreline they're going to give us for the game tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm going to, not everyone's comments going to get read out. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Connolly saying 8-0 to Liverpool. Andrew Williams saying I'm pretty confident it won't be 8-0. Thank you. A bit of clarity in the house. Brush is saying Rebel, well said. I missed your comment, Rebel. Says I worry about how to plan the finance to improve Old Trafford, for the improvements at Old Trafford. They'll probably sell the naming rights or something like that.
They will do, yeah.
Rebel saying, hey, get Maguire out of that lineup. Man will scorpion kick his own players. A good duel here would be Diaz against Wan-Bissaka, says Mr. Sire 2012. Andrew Williams has got a good lineup here. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Tellez, left back, Maguire, Lindelof, Matic, Bruno, and Pogba in the midfield, Sancho, Lingard, and Rashford, and no Ronaldo.
I think that was mine. Yeah, that's my lineup I had.
Eddie saying, I hope Mr. B is right on the counter-attack. Ralph has to adapt to it, surely. Mark Foster saying, you park the bus and hope that that's what United would do. But Bex is saying the car park is the only area you can hurt us. Oh, God. Andrew Williams is saying Matic does know the role 100%. Mr. B talking about that holding role. Mr. B was right about that. Brush is saying we need to set up our character against Chelsea. Do you remember that, guys? When we drew 1-1, Sancho scored on the break. I want to say hi to Shoma Four. He says counter-attacking football is not bad if it works. When Mourinho, it was genius. Under Mourinho, it was genius. But Ollie, it was not cool. Our fan cams, especially Goldbridge, has a hand in our current malaise. Here we go. 3 centre backs from Rebel, and because there's no other choice, Tellez at wing back, Matic and Pogba pivot. Mata should play, and Fernandez in front of them, and then a player that can cover to back up. This is like the Chelsea, the 3-4-1-2-1 formation, which is pretty good.
Earlier.
Bex is saying, Omondi got run out of Old Trafford and had to power walk home when we went there. We did get rushed. Not many people know about that. Mr. B was luckily there for her to save our ass. Brush saying, trouble is, we were trying to park the bus with windows missing. We've got individuals capable players who can tear up any kind of game plan. And yeah, that's the comments.
And you got Susie in the building.
Oh, hi, Suze82. How you doing? She's
and then you got James. We have not seen James before.
Hi, James Black. How you doing, man? He's a friend. He's talking to Summerfield, also someone new here as well. He says they really did Ollie bad, so they think the players let down Ollie really badly.
Yeah. So guys, start getting your score prediction. I know there's a couple in already. So guys, whilst we give the floor to the let's go to the guest. Let's give the floor to the guest. Lee, score prediction for tomorrow's game.
I really think it depends on what side plays that we both went for. I think if the 13s play, it could be a close one, maybe 4 or 5-0 to Liverpool. I think if the academy side plays, possibly 7 or 8 to Liverpool. But I think Liverpool are going to go relatively strong tomorrow, and I think the reason that they'll do that is just to cement that they mean business for the rest of the year. I can only see Liverpool win. I can't even really see United getting a goal. If the big man's not playing up front, the goal machine, then I'll go for Liverpool 2-0, just to be nice.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, Stoney. Stoney.
I think, yeah, just really extending on what Lee was saying, and in all seriousness as well. I think for Liverpool, we still have to bear in mind that we've played the same amount of games as City at the moment, and there's still 1 point ahead of us. So, a win is a win, regardless of the result. But I'm confident, and the only reason why I say this is based on how we're currently playing and how Manchester United are currently playing, and almost moving aside from the fact that it's a derby game. I can't see Manchester United raising their performances any higher than they've currently been playing for various reasons. Same result as in the previous game, 5-0 Liverpool. And I'm saying that with a serious face. 5-0 Liverpool.
He's chuckling underneath, isn't he?
Not one bit. 5-0 Liverpool.
Mr. B, score prediction?
4-0 Liverpool.
Lord have mercy. On Monday?
I think Man United, if they get the game plan right, they can win 1-0, get that goal early, control the game, soak up all the pressure, and just make it an epic performance where after the game we can go to the Anfield fans and stick it up to them, because look at these two Liverpool fans that come on our show today and dismissing us. They completely dismissing us. And we've got Liverpool fans in the comments as well, completely dismissing us. I hope that we can slap you in the face tomorrow and say, there you go. There's your title that you're not having, all right, because of us. And we're responsible for that. The 1-0 Man United.
I wish I'd gone 6-0 to Liverpool now. I was trying to be nice.
I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a draw tomorrow. I'm going to go for a draw.
1-0.
Mo Salah to get the first goal. Mo Salah to get the first goal, because he's going through one of his barren spell at the moment at Liverpool. Top class striker, probably the best striker in the world at the moment. You got to give him credit for it, but he's going through that dry run. So he probably get the first one against us. And then what we're going to do? My boy's injured, so I'm going to go to say I think Rashi will get the equaliser. 1-1 United. So guys, Hope you all enjoy. Let's go through some. Actually, no, let's get some of these score prediction up. Let's get some score prediction up on Monday quickly. There's not a lot,
so very quickly, I should be a useless politician, says Bex. We're deluded. 3-0 to Liverpool, says Matthew Bassett. He's a Man United fan.
Yeah.
We should go over OMONDI. Delano saying 5-0 to Liverpool, just like Stoney said. It's going to be a blitz. 4-1 to Liverpool, said Diaz and Fabinho, Keita and Bruno. Bruno getting our goal, I imagine. 3-1 to Liverpool, said Andy Herbert, Arsenal fan. Love to see us 0-0 stick it out, but saying 2-0 to the Scousers. That's from our very own Rebel. We're not going to get complacent. James Black, how you doing, James Black? 331. Welcome to the channel. He says 2-0 if Ronaldo gets dropped for this game. He lacks pace at this stage of his career. Positive, yeah. I'm trying to be positive. I saw Eddie put a scoreline 1-0. I think it was.
He did. Eddie said 1-0.
Somewhere, yeah, I missed it. He said 1-0. Stick 1-0. So yeah. There you go. Yeah, thanks for the comments, guys.
Thanks for the comments, guys. And
saying it hurts, but the little polished head fellow is correct. That'd be you, Stoney.
Guys, 5-0.
Yeah. Everyone's got a dream, haven't they? Everyone's got a dream.
Exactly. What it is, guys? We are going to be back tomorrow. Lee, at the end, just stay behind, yeah. Guys. What we're doing now, we're going to wrap the show up. Thank you for everyone who's watching. Please share this with your friends, your family. We are on the road to 1.5k subscriber, 17 in the chat. If you want the conversation to continue, you can take it after the show onto the YouTube channel as well, and we'll reach back out to you, especially Mr. B. We'll be very confident with you. So, guys, again, from us at the United Agenda, we'll be back tomorrow. What time are you doing the show tomorrow, Mr. B? What time are you guys alive?
We're not. It's a pre-recording. 7:30 we're on tomorrow. 7:30 we're on tomorrow.
Okay, you guys are on at 7:30 tomorrow, and myself on Monday. I think me on Monday and Rebel and I believe Eddie will be on tomorrow night with us. And guys, remember, if you do want to get involved in the comments in the show tomorrow, the watch along, if you are a member, you can go on the show. You just need to let Mr. B and Talk know that you want to come on, and they'll send you the link for it. And also Mark Edmund, all the way from Australia. Where have you gone, sir? We've just missed you, Mark. We're just about jumping off as you join in. But from all of us at the Man United Agenda, would say absolutely amazing show tonight, even though we've been absolutely brutalized by Liverpool fans. But it's part and parcel of it. They didn't win nothing for 30 years, so you know, still living in our shadow with only one Premier League. So yeah, from us at the United Agenda, good night.